at the same time.
So you get a chance to tell us.
Huh. At the same time.
So you get a chance to tell us.
Huh.
There we go. There we go. I know one time that mutes and one time it don't. So. Hey, Terry, glad you made it. Hello, Linda. Hey, we might be short and sweet tonight. Come on.
Looking for comments.
All right. Hang on. We might have some issues going on too. If anybody sees any messages of links not working or anything, let us know. That's one thing I always want to let you guys know. If you do once I go live, it shuts all my notifications off. So I don't get if somebody says, hey, I can't get to the link. Once I go on, I don't get that message unless somebody purposefully says, hey, go check your messages. So keep that in mind. I think some people think I'm blowing them off and it's, yeah, hang on. We're getting there.
There's the comment.
There it goes. Okay. All the electric gods are kicking in. So, hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome if you're over on YouTube. And welcome to our tribe here on Zoom. I'm Tammy. It's my hubby, Lance. We are the Journey to Keto team. And we are here to help you through all your little navigations of your health history and trying to reverse damage and shoot clean up from the past how many decades of issues. So we're trying to do that tonight. So we are helping it, and we're a hot mess. So we're going to try to do this as best we can. Few announcements. We are still on the KetoCon Hack Your Health journey is coming up. And again, if anybody is questioning, if there's one that you want to go to, Hack Your Health by KetoCon is the one that we want to save for and go to. And it is just such a blessing. It is so much more than just a keto world. It is literally everything that has to do with your health is going to be there. And Robin really vets everybody that is there. There is nobody that comes through that door that hasn't been thoroughly vetted by Robin and her team. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful conference right downtown Austin, Texas, at the Palmer Center, May 31st through June 2nd or 3rd, that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's just really good. So anybody, if you have a chance to go, I highly, highly recommend it. You can go to our website, journeytoketo.com under events, or you can go right to Hack Your Health and use my code JTK50. We'll save you $50 off that entry fee. It's got, when you read down through that lineup, it has amazing speakers, amazing doctors, amazing science. You are going to walk away with a wealth of knowledge that you never dreamed you could have. So it is really good. Another thing we want to go by today is make sure over on Journey to Keto, anything you're wanting to replenish, reorder, anything like that, use journeytoketo.com, go to Tammy's favorites. Just about everything you will need will be on that page. Everything you need to order. If there's anything you don't see there or links not working, please let us know. It really does help us a lot to like, follow, share, and use those links where you can. It just helps us grow and it helps us get everything out there that we need to do. So we just appreciate that so much. So let's go in. I want to hear how everybody did through your holidays. How did everybody survive through Easter dinner, Easter family time, all the chocolate, all the candies? Did you stick with the meat sticks and the meat? And was you able to do it? I want to hear what you guys were able to do and succeed through. We made it through not only Easter, but it was one of our daughter's birthday. So we made it through a birthday party and Easter dinner. So
yes,
it was
no cake, no ice cream, no homemade tapioca pudding. Nothing.
Lance's mama made his favorite pudding and he didn't have any. So I'm so proud of him because
that was rough.
Yeah. So those moments that you realize, okay, we got this. We're getting, it's getting serious now. So we're getting there. So come on in, Linda. Let's let you guys check in. And then we'll check in later.
All right. So I did all right for Easter. That was actually the church had a potluck, and I made a keto beef stroganoff.
Nice.
And it was awesome. It was so good. And everything else I ate was like I didn't have anything I shouldn't have had. But I think there's foods that are triggering my glucose that I'm only just starting to kind of circle around and go, there's probably cream. You know what I mean? It's probably dairy. I know that cheese does it, so I'm working on, not having cheese. But it becomes that little bit of, gosh, I've like another thing, right?
One more
Another
thing
thing
you're
that
taking
seems,
away.
I know, another thing I'm giving up. And it's I mean, I've made it like, you know, those little Cadbury eggs, the little ones with the candy, those were one of my triggers. And I walked past them in the grocery store. You know, it's been good. So, and I think one of the things that I'm sort of grateful for is that I tend to be somebody that when I do a new thing, it comes to me really quickly. And so I can be one of those people that's like, I got that, you know, I got that. I don't have to work so hard. It doesn't matter if I don't do it. I can get back to it because I know I'm good at this. But this keto thing is kicking my butt. Yep. because it's not sliding effortlessly into place. So I'm on day 1 of my sardine challenge. I'm off to the Public Library Association conferences in Columbus, Ohio this week.
Oh, nice.
And
you're close to us.
I know. And the weather is like sucky. Sorry to all of those. It's like awful. Yes. Awful.
Welcome to Ohio.
Forecast snowmageddon for New England this week. So you know, so anyway, I'm coming to Columbus. That will be, so Wednesday gets to be day 3 of my sardine challenge, and I'm traveling with a coworker. This would be easier if I was going by myself. So my goal is to try and eat sardines, you know, when I get up, and maybe if we go out to eat, just eat, I don't know,
meat,
a piece of steak. Yeah, a piece of steak.
Even a burger, you know, if you're at a burger joint, get a bacon cheeseburger. Just no bun. Just order it without the bun. Okay.
And that's the plan, not necessarily to try to stay to the end of the 72 hours, because I just don't think I can make it when I'm around somebody else eating sardines.
And then another little easy tip in that, I know you've heard me say this, but a little thing that just helps us immensely is when we're with other people, I do swap out and go down to mackerel when I need to. Mackerel is not as offensive as sardines to most people. And, you know, it's one of those, you can brush your teeth and feel like they're over. You know, it's like, I can get past these sardines or the mackerel. The sardines seem to stick with me a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And everybody around you. So if you are in a place where that mackerel is always a thing, you know, an option too. And it's not perfect, but again, you're traveling, you're going to be stressed. It's going to be time frame. So if you're not clean fasting, which, you know, when you're traveling, clean fasting is the easiest, best way to do it. But the mackerel is a tool you can use if you're going to be in the car with somebody else that it might be a little bit offensive and you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So being respectful of those around you, it is a better option. Linda, another thing I want to say, your recipe for your beef stroganoff. Yes. If anybody doesn't know, over in our group page, at across the top where it says featured, I have a post up there that is where you can share recipes. We don't want recipes going down through the feed to trigger anybody. But if you go up to that featured part and I think there's main dishes, snacks, things like that, and you can put them all under there. I'd love to have that recipe because I love me some good beef stroganoff. So that would be nice if you'd share that on there. That would be a win for everybody. And that's open to everybody. And if you have a recipe that is working for you, go share it over on that group page and we can put it down in there, just not on the feed. It has to be under that post in the comments so that it's not hogging up that whole feed and stimulating people that don't, if they don't, you have to go find it is what I'm saying. When we put food over there, I want you to have to find it to look for it. So
and that's one of the things I like about our Facebook page is that it's not loaded up, and it starts off, it's like everything else. Everybody starts off incredibly clean, and before you know where you're at, there's all those things that
recipes are hard.
Yes. I just can't.
They're hard to navigate. And Linda, I think you're exactly right. You hit the nail on the head of figuring out this isn't something most of us slide easy into. We can take care of that low hanging fruit. We can take care of the easy steps. We can get there. But even myself, Lance and I eat the exact same things, but we are still on 2 different battlefields of trying to get through this. Now him, you know, for him to walk away from tapioca pudding yesterday, I was so proud of him. That was hard for him. But like you're saying, he's used to everything coming easy. You know, he's used to
You mean the same boat.
Yeah. He can usually just kind of glide through and get by. This time.
Until I can't.
until
this. That's
Yep.
yeah.
And this is proving, I
Yeah.
think getting along this time and moving, I'm struggling even more. I mean, I've done this for how many years? I know the steps, but my chemistry is struggling getting there. I mean, I woke up the other day with the glucose over 124 or something like that.
Yeah.
So again, it's just that repetition of realizing what is all affected, what all is affecting those numbers, what is making you not be able to just glide through this. And I think we all clean up the easy stuff, but those struggles when you're realizing that, here goes the cream, and that's the last little hug I have left. Like, I feel your pain, because it is truly, I've given everything else up. We eat meat. That's all we eat is meat. Yeah. And it's still hard to realize that dang cream in my coffee is still what's jacking my numbers up.
Right.
And it's, I prove it to myself every dang day when I pour that cream in my coffee.
Yeah. And
I try to convince myself I can put it in the eating window and make it okay. And
it's kind of weird. I think getting after doing it and then falling off the wagon pretty hard, trying to get back on is probably harder than the first time through. And I
think your body's really already adapted, right?
It really takes a mindset.
It's harder.
To do it.
It's hard. And another thing that this is one thing that's kind of hitting me today, is it's not necessarily that we're falling off the wagon. And it's almost a terminology that I want to be mindful of.
Yeah.
It's not falling off the wagon. We drove ourselves completely.
We chose to.
It's not, falling kind of sounds like you're haphazardly just falling off the back and, oh, gee, this just happened. No, it didn't.
No, it was
we drove. So it's, again, that accountability thing of, okay, this is tough. We can do hard things, but we have to do the hard things. We can't just keep, I know I'm down to the cream. When, the fresh cream, when this one goes, I need to tap out and see what my numbers do, because my numbers are still awful and my eating window is getting close. I'm stopping earlier in the day. My eating window is nice and tight. I'm not eating any crap. I'm eating the meat. I'm eating the mackerel, the sardines, whatever. And my numbers are still awful. Now, mind you, your stress is affected in that. Your sleep is affected in that. Your hours of your eating window are affected. The cream that you're having is affecting. All of those things are affecting those numbers. So we've got to shoot clean up on every one of those details. And I'm right there with you. So you're not alone. But you are so right by learning to read your numbers and knowing exactly what is affecting your body. And when you follow this program, the difference of, again, the other keto programs that are out there, or just dirty, easy keto, that may work for the 20-year-old without health issues, but, without all the health issues. But for those of us with the deep health issues, that's the beauty of Dr. Boz's program, is we will narrow down and pinpoint exactly what is affecting our body and what's keeping us from healing. And right now, I'm pretty sure it's the cream.
Yeah. So I have two things. One is a report of like amazingness, and one is a question. So my report of amazingness is, I cannot believe how many conversations I've had with people about keto, because now, like, people who look at me, they can totally see the difference in how I look. I've got to that place where it now shows, and people are like, "What the heck did you do?" And then I tell them, and they're like, "Oh, keto. Oh, I've been hearing about that." I'm like, well, go do your reading, and anytime you want to talk, you know where to find me. It's not for everybody, but I am walking evidence that it's good for me. Yep. And so, because I don't want to go into I don't want the conversation where they tell me why what I'm doing is not good. I'm like, not interested in that conversation.
And I think that's the sad part, is I really want to find even a new word to use as an anti-inflammatory diet or something, because keto has such a bad rap. It's awful. Because people just do easy, crappy keto, and that is not what we do.
No keto from a box.
Right? Keto is not in a box.
True that. The other thing was my question, and that is, I'm not really working out very much. And I was going to ask, like, getting back into exercising, is it walking? I'd like to row. And there's rowing machines at the YMCA. So I'm kind of toying with that, and of course I can walk the dog, but it doesn't feel like it's doing enough to really up my fitness level. So what do you have for that?
You are far enough down the pike that you probably need to introduce some extra weightlifting or cardio or something like that. Rowing, I haven't done rowing since I was a personal trainer back in the day. And they just started me on it with therapy. So I will tell you, being older and doing rowing is a totally different ball game than it was in my 20s and 30s. I loved how it got my heart rate up good, but I could still control it. So it's one of those, make sure you know your numbers. If you have a fit tracker or anything like that, the primal health number, instead of the old school, does everybody know the whole old school one was 220 minus your age divided by the percentage that you wanted to go into? Now primal is doing 180 minus your age is your max. So that's your max heart rate. So play around with those numbers, but even cardio rehab, you want to be in that zone 2, level of working out, because then you're burning the fat, not going back into burning that glucose. So get your number and be mindful of it, but absolutely. And I think rowing we just talked about starting to get a rower that we enjoyed it that much. And I really think, first of all, anybody that has any neuropathy issues or anything with the walking and feet issues, it was perfect because I never realized how stable, sitting on your butt, you're pretty stable. But how fast my heart rate would still get up, how I could intensify, use my thighs. I'm still using my quads and everything. So you're using those big muscle groups, but it's not as hard as walking. And with the neuropathy and just struggles with your feet, I'm like, you know what? It's a whole different ballgame than it was when I did it 20 years ago. So I appreciate that not pressure on my feet more than I used to. So good job, Linda. And I'm proud of that, is working through the struggles. So, got some?
Nope.
You good?
I would tell her to pay attention to your fats when you start exercising, because your body's going to look for fuel, and you may run low. You may have to increase your fats to keep that energy once you start your fats and your proteins up. Maybe even a little bit more than you're used to. If you're burning them, you need to fuel that machine. So,
and you need fat to make ketones. Stay
hydrated. Make sure you have your salt. Definitely increase the fat, and you should be okay.
Especially those of you that have hit your goal weight. I know Olivia has too, and you guys can, you play around with those numbers, with those fats and the proteins. That's where you learn to tweak and play it, what is going to work for you. And as the more you work out, the more you're going to be able to get those numbers going, because everybody's body's going to react different. And that is one thing. Lance and I, we eat the exact same things almost every day. If we go to a restaurant, it's 2 ribeyes, 2 Caesar salads, 2 club sodas, period. If we eat at dinner, it's 2 steaks, 2, or 2 burgers, 2 whatever. So he might eat a little bit more than me, but it's still the same food. And you should see our numbers over the last week. We're doing CGMs right now, so we're able to see those spikes and those ups and downs. And you learn so much by realizing we will eat the exact same thing, and our numbers will be 20 points off of each other. So how fast his will spike up. Now he still has work to do, and it spikes up, but his will drop so fast and so efficient.
I will come back down to the normal where I'm usually at pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Where Tam's will not. Right now I'm at 83.
And I'm at 110, and I stopped eating at 4 o'clock or 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I haven't eaten for hours, and mine is still at 110. He ate half hour ago, and he's already back down to 83.
And it really didn't spike because I had mackerel and some pork rinds.
So you'll learn the difference. And I think that is, again, the beauty of learning your numbers and reading your body. And I think that's just, again, the beauty of being able to do it this way. It's not a guesswork. I know exactly what is affecting my body, and something is still affecting it. And the only thing left is my cream. So it's kind of process of elimination. You're down to just meat and mackerel and cream in my coffee. So there we go. All right. Thanks, Linda, checking in. Terry, come on in. Tell us how you're doing. Hang on, we got you muted.
There you go.
There you go. Good job.
I tried to prepare as much as I could for yesterday, and the 2 things that I was supposed to bring to Easter was an apple pie and a broccoli cheese bake, which neither eat. So I prepared myself beforehand, and I'm not real tempted by either one of those things. Good. And candy doesn't really tempt me either. But that cracker dressing that my sister makes is just my downfall. And I decided that if I had any, I was just going to go whole hog. So I tried not to have any. And I loaded up on ham, and they all looked at me like, "What are you doing?" And I'll tell you, it was the most god awful ham I had ever eaten. And I'm like, and everybody said, "Wow, that ham is really fatty," and it just had no flavor to it at all. But I stuck it out and I ate it, and after I ate it, I thought, I'm full, but by gosh, I took my spoon and got some of that cracker dressing, and I stopped myself. But I thought, okay, my numbers are really gonna jack up, and I think because I was already full of ham and I didn't really, I put it on my plate, but I didn't eat that much of it. That maybe that helped, but then that put me on a downward, oh, well, I screwed up and, got off plan and everything. And I came home and I said, you got to pull it together. And so then I did have a snack of pork rinds, but then I didn't eat anything the rest of the night. So, I mean, it was kind of a failure, kind of not, because I knew that was going to happen. And my numbers this morning were 146 for my sugar. So, and I knew it. I knew that.
Yep.
That I had.
Okay, so give me a show of hands. Who here can do, like she's saying, she was going to have a bite of that dressing or whatever it was, but she knew that would be the downfall. Who can do a little bite and be satisfied and be done and walk away? And who's an all in?
No, I'm an all
if
in.
you're on YouTube, type in, let us know. Are you a all or nothing?
We're gonna do a one for one bite, or two for all in. Anybody on YouTube, throw that in the chat.
It's everybody at two. Am I the only weirdo?
You may be.
I can take a bite of something and it kind of passes that craving, if I call it a craving or whatever, and then I can walk away from it. Or I can even chew it up and spit it out because I don't want to swallow it. But just knowing what you are in that is huge, because that is saying what's going to happen, and you can set yourself up. Or are we getting ones or twos over there?
We're getting, Deb Moore throws up a 2.
Tell us where you're at. Is everybody else twos on YouTube? But knowing who you are, knowing what you can do. I knew if Lance took a cup, his mom made the tapioca in little cup servings, and they were just little servings, but they were still probably a good cup of tapioca. If he'd have taken one bite, the whole thing would have been gone. I so bad wanted one bite. Like, I wanted a bite of that just to get it over with. And it was like, no, I can't do that, because I know if he takes a bite, the whole cup is going to go. Knowing your mindset in that, Vicki, that's a win. Or Terry, that's a win to know that your body, your body, what that was going to do. And I'm proud of you for acknowledging that, because the last holiday, you would have probably sat down, filled your plate up with everything. And this time you filled your plate up with the meat, good or bad. You ate the meat. You put that scoop of something that you wanted on there, and it sounds like you still had a caution in there. You still had a little bit of control over it, because the one thing we can't control our numbers all the time. We can't control life. We can't control our stresses. We can control what goes in our mouth. And that is on each one of us. There's not a cop out. It's like, yeah, I'm having a pity party right now. I'm on an emotional roller coaster with my brother and my family, and just everything emotionally. I'm on that roller coaster, but I still can control what goes in my mouth. So I can't control my heart and my emotions right now, but I can control what I eat.
We have unanimous twos.
Is it all twos?
Twos on YouTube. So yes, the twos
are winning. Okay. So that means for all of you then, don't go near it. Don't even entice. Don't tease yourself. Don't go near it. Just stop it until that craving is broken, or that dopamine response in the brain is not pecking at you and just punching you in the face. Go for, stay away as much as you can. And Terry, I'm just proud of you, because this is a big holiday that you made it through with everything and love around you. And I know you're going through a lot of stress too. That is, it's just really good. So any questions this week? Anything you're not sure of what direction you're going?
I start the sardine challenge tomorrow, so
There you go.
it's 3 days of eating fish.
Right. Great. Okay, so everybody see what she's doing. She's got the holiday in, and this is a tool you're going to learn to use over and over and over. When you have one of those days, you make a deal with yourself. You have this little conversation in your head of, okay, if I did this, then I'm going to do this. And you're going to hold, she's holding herself accountable. Yep, she flubbed it up a little bit. She got herself not where she wants to be. Her numbers are back on the rise, so she knows how to shoot cleanup. And that's the beauty of knowing exactly what to do. Is it fun? Nope. Do most of us like it? Absolutely not. But you know what? It works. And it is a way to clean up. I need to get my numbers down as well. I had mackerel this afternoon and a can of sardines. So it's just, that's where I'm at. And you got to do what you got to do. And that is the commitment. And we can do hard things. This sucks and it stinks sometimes, but so does being sick. So does being diabetic. So does neuropathy pain. So does, having IBS. So does having all of the issues that we're working through. So I'm proud of you, Terry. Good job.
Thanks.
Come on, Olivia. She's our in-house rock star. Come on in. Just know anything Olivia says, she's a veteran. She knows what she's doing. She's been on this for 5 years and she's rocking it out. So come on in, Olivia. Tell us how you're doing.
Hi, everybody. Yes, so last week I did the 48-hour fast, and I ended up with a DBRF7 on Tuesday. So then on Wednesday, and I ate a can of sardines at the end of that, and then waited a little bit, then had scrambled eggs and a few other things. But on Wednesday, I went to visit my sisters that live about 8 hours south of where I live. And, but I made sure to go prepared with breakfasts. The one sister that I was staying with for most of the days, I was there until Sunday morning. She is kind of keto-ish, dirty keto mainly. But she's having a really hard time with it. So I wanted to be sure and take, breakfasts with me so I would at least have one meal where I knew it was going to be okay. So I took little baggies with, enough food for all of the days. And then I cooked for her. So that kind of helped.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So I, made some chuck roast and that kind of thing for her. So that was good. Then I stayed with the one sister who's vegan. So I only stayed one night with her, and I went after I had my meal so I wouldn't be tempted to eat anything. And then I just told her I wasn't having breakfast that morning. So I had breakfast at the airport with my little baggie.
Baggie of bacon.
Yeah, so that's what I did for that trip. Although I came back and my husband had decided to invite all the family over and have Easter dinner for when I got back from the airport. And
how nice of him.
And luckily he made ribeyes and lamb chops.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, so that was real helpful for me.
Perfect.
Yeah, although he did make this huge bowl of salad with all, cucumbers, tomatoes, romaine, little pieces of broccoli and that kind of thing. And I haven't really had a salad probably in over a year. I've had just once in a while I'll have a teeny tiny little salad, like maybe half a cup. So I had not had one, and I decided to go ahead and have just a tiny bit. I mean, I don't even think it was a tablespoon. I just kind of wanted a little bit of green on my plate so nobody would look at me weird because all I had was but anyway, I did okay with it. My struggle has been, however, he went to work this morning, so I'm left at home by myself, and there's this big bowl of salad in the fridge. So I decided that I would have a little bit with my breakfast. So I had a little bit, like maybe a quarter cup. And then I had, for my second meal, I had a little more with my protein and a little bit of salad. And it's been awful. I've been bloated. I've been, when I used to be vegan, I would get this, how you get a rash behind your arm if it's like a sweat, if you get real sweaty in the summertime, like a heat rash.
Yep.
So when I was a vegan, I would get that on my arms, and then I would also get it on the side of my knee, the inner knee. I would get like this big round patch of just this, like a breakout on my skin, and it was there constantly. It doesn't itch, it doesn't hurt or anything, but it's just there. And then when I went low carb and then keto, it went away totally. Like, I mean, it's just smooth skin. There's no bumps or anything. Well, today I have bumps.
You got your rash back. Oh,
Just from eating the little bit of salad, which is weird.
does everybody understand what's happening to her right there? The microbiome, she's pretty much carnivore, and that's what you'll find with most of us veterans. By the time we do all the process of elimination, most of us are carnivore or ketovore, or, I don't label myself because I don't want to feel like I can't have a bite of salad if I want to. But when you eat all one thing like that, your microbiome in your gut actually changes. So her microbiome is adapted. She obviously does well with a DBR of 7. Her chemistry is amazing. So she's done the work. She's done the process of elimination, but then she reintroduced those vegetables and that little bit of salad in there. And your body is saying, what the heck are you doing? What are you throwing at me? And her body is reacting. So think about it. I mean, again, if those reactions are kind of like your check engine light coming on, think about what that's doing to her body. And it's one of those, we keep trying to convince ourselves we need the veggies, or we want a salad, or boy, that sounds good. And you go to eat the other stuff, and it's like most of us veterans are finding that have the metabolic health and the issues that we're dealing with are finding it's just not worth it. It is not worth the hassle. So Olivia, all those little wins in there. Again, to go to your sister's house, listen to her. She's a veteran. She's cooking for them. She's going to somebody else's house and cooking for them. That's leading by example. She is strong enough in her journey right now to say, hey, let me do this. I know I can cook for everybody and everybody would be happy and pleased, but I'm not going to mess up my journey. And she's leading by example. And I'm sure her family around her can see the beauty, the health issues are gone, the stuff that she's dealt with, and she's just rocks it. So we're just so proud of you, Olivia. Every time you rock it, and to have a DBR of 7 is saying what 5 years of this chemistry shift can do. That's huge. A 7, not 17, not 70, 7.
Well, just trying to get over the travel and everything as well. So I figured since this month, there are, 4 weekends that or 5 weekends, I guess. So I'm not going to fast this week. I'm going to wait till next week, and I'll go ahead and do that 72-hour fast that Sunday. So, yeah.
And again, those are all tools. So whether it's the sardine challenge, whether it's the 48 hours, 72-hour clean fast, those are all tools. And she has learned what her body needs to shoot clean up. And that is the goal for all of us to figure out. How much do I need to stress my body to shoot clean up, to get the numbers that I want, to get the healing that I want, to get this ball rolling in the right direction? Because right now, obviously, I'm going in the wrong direction. What all do I need to do? And, so many of us, the cream, I don't mean to keep harping on that, but the cream fits perfectly in my macros, but it is not fitting in my body right now, but it is the last warm hug I have left. So holding on.
Nuh-uh.
Aw. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
No, it is. It's a shift, but Olivia, we're just so proud of you. We really are. Thank you for being an inspiration to all of us.
Oh, thank you. I
Good
mean,
job.
I couldn't have done this all these years without the two of you. So and the group and the support. So
we love
Thank
you.
you. Thank
You know it. That is a cool part on here, is we really do get to be a family, and family's not always blood. And when you are in with like-minded people, and you are in with people that are truly vested in your health, it is a difference of a group that cares.
Why we call it a tribe.
It's our tribe, because we do love each of you and care. And that is what is going to help each of us succeed. It really is. So come on. We got Sue and Susan. Susan, where we go? Sue, come on in, check in, hon. Sue Farrell, come check in.
Sue Farrell.
I'm here.
Hello, dear.
Hi. I'm having terrible bandwidth and all that tonight. You guys keep freezing, and
Oh no.
I'm getting about half the words. We've got a lot of Yeah, we got storms up around here and we're sending them your way. So,
Oh,
great.
great. Thank you.
but I'm okay. Yeah, you're welcome. They're not here yet, but they're sure screwing up with my internet. I tried it on Zoom and it's not doing it either. So, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. My numbers were better today. I'm getting another sore throat. That's what's bothering me. I had a sore throat in February 14th, and I'm getting another sore throat today. Now, that's not me. I mean, I never get sick and I never have colds and sore throats. So I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, like I said, my numbers are better. The scale has not moved this week. I did not weigh for the whole week, but I weighed this morning. Nope, still 271.6, just like it's been for the last since November. I did cut the cream out, and I haven't had any cheese this week. I don't really think the numbers are reflecting that. Maybe they are. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know what else to do. We did have ribeyes on Saturday. And then I did a brisket on I did it in the crock pot. I don't know how to do it on a grill, and I don't have a grill. And
How was
we
it?
did it in the crock pot.
How was
It
the
was
brisket?
good.
It was good?
It was good. It was very tender. And see, the problem I have, and my other half isn't in here. Normally he's back here parading around. He can't chew stuff. His dentures, the teeth will not allow him to chew the meat. So we can't have the steaks and stuff because he can't chew them. Mm-hmm. So I had to get it tender enough for him, and he did eat it. He doesn't like anything with fat in it. So I'm kind of fighting with him a little bit on this. But anyway, he ate it and he said it was good. So now I put mayonnaise on it, but I ate it. So I think we're okay there. But I don't know. I mean, they are better. My numbers, my glucose was down to 81 today and 1.4 on my ketones. So it's going the right direction. Maybe you're right. Maybe the cheese and the cream have something to do. I don't know.
Your numbers will tell you, Sue. That is one thing. The numbers will tell you. So staying consistent. Yeah. And I know.
So if I have it again, if I eat it and it goes back up, then I know it was that. I don't know. I'm still going to the gym. I've been going 4 and 5 days a week right now. I'm swimming the 3 days, and then I'm doing strength training the other 2.
Nice.
Plus we're walking. So we're doing that. So I don't know. That's where I'm at.
And Sue, I would just encourage you to keep going, stay consistent, and keep doing that, because eventually, think of how many decades you've been insulin resistant or diabetic or whatever. Think of how many years of damage you're reversing. So just stay consistent, keep doing that. With that DBR, you will see the changes as your body can heal. Cellular turnover doesn't happen overnight. So you are wanting to build a new healthy cell on every level of your body. So as those cells turn over, you are now putting in, the next thing you're going to look at is the ingredients, because you're going to want to make sure the fats that you're ingesting, the things that you are putting in your body, are you using good, healthy oils? Are all of your fats nice and clean? No, no rancid oils, no seed oils, nothing like that.
No.
There's just little steps that you will dig a little bit deeper and clean up a little bit more. And then it's just hold tight. It's just hold ship and keep it going steady and strong until it happens, because you've got to turn over one cell at a time and replenish it. And you're reversing decades of insulin resistance. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you.
I want to say something too, and this is a little bit on a different scale, but it's the same kind of mentality thinking. I'm a pretty healthy individual. I'm blessed with good health, good genes, all that stuff. I don't have any metabolic issues other than just being lazy. It wasn't when we started this journey and we got into the serious fasting, my body really didn't kick in until about the third or fourth time through the 8-week, 72-hour fasting. So even as a healthy individual, my body resisted my change. So you can imagine what your body does if you're not as healthy as I was. So even, even with a little more damage, you're still going to, it's a change for your body. So it may take as long as it's going to take to fire up. And once it fires up, you'll be golden, but it's that middle point where you have to kind of keep trudging through day after day.
And does everybody understand when we hit those 72-hour fasts, you hear us talk about it, and it's not because we are these big, 72-hour fast, woohoo. It is because that is where the magic happens for us. For most of us with insulin resistance, 72 hours of not ingesting any calories, any carbs, anything, 72 hours starts to let that liver clean up that glycogen. And that is how much deep cleaning we need. That is why those 72s are so important, especially to those of us with major insulin resistant. And if we've been insulin resistant for years and decades, I mean, like I said, you guys have heard me, I carried around a fruit smoothie, I think every day since I was 19 years old. I have had too much glucose in my body for a long time. Even when my weight was 95, 105 pounds, I still had too much glucose in my body. That would be why my body started making fat cells to store the glucose in. So you will see those changes happen, but stay consistent in that. And Lance is exactly right.
Consistency is the key. It really
but those
is.
72-hour clean fast is where that magic happens for every one of us. Every veteran that's in here, I bet you, if every veteran, all my veterans, tell me if the magic happened when you hit those 72 hours or before. I know mine was after the 72 hours. He was after the 72-hour. Olivia, you're after the 72 hours. So it's not that,
and that was after we built our building blocks correct.
Yes.
We want to make sure, and a lot of people out on YouTube too, you have to get your building blocks set first, and you will move into that when you are ready.
That's not a beginner move.
That is not a beginner move.
Not a beginner.
But once your building blocks are set, and then it's time.
Yeah.
So,
but it's getting that chemistry right and then moving forward. But so again, with a DBR of 57, be proud of yourself. That's a slow and steady healing. That is good.
Yeah.
So don't get discouraged in that.
Okay, so nothing. No, I mean, you got water, nothing besides water for the 72 hours.
Water,
salt, black coffee, black tea.
Black tea, okay. So the chai tea that you said last week don't count?
You got to check your numbers and see if it messes you up.
That's a borderline thing. Don't add anything to it.
Because I did buy it. No, I don't.
I have it in here, but it's black.
Add anything to it, but I needed to know if the black coffee's okay. That's fine.
Black coffee, black tea, and
yeah, and I got
all the good earth
and a box of regular.
Yep. So check your numbers and see.
Black tea. I'll have to see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I am blessed that chai tea does not jack me up.
Okay. Well, I put it on fasting. I put my chronometer on fasting after I ate today, and I have never been past 40 hours. No. So I don't know if I can do it, but I will go as far as I can.
Make sure I'm going to say. I'm gonna say again, I'm gonna reiterate, make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you have the sodium, the salt that we're talking about, the Redmond's real salt. Don't be afraid to overdo it a little bit on that as you push your fast, because first couple of times fasting through, you can dehydrate really quickly.
Okay, I've been drinking my Keto Chow magnesium drops. Okay. I've been putting those in my water.
Yep.
So instead of the salt.
Yep, that's fine. Okay. Those are good to use. And but listen to your body, but just know that magic happens from the 48 to the 72. So if you've made it to the 48 and your chemistry carried you through that far, it's a mindset, but that is where all those hormones start kicking in, that norepinephrine, that 48 to 72 is some good stuff
And
happens.
one thing too, if you start to get a headache or anything,
Yep.
or you think that you might be, having those hunger pains at that point, try that rock salt,
Try the rocks.
lick the rock. If your headache goes away, you're just a little bit dehydrated. If your cravings go away, then it was just mental.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't subside anything, then that might be a time where you might need to break. So
Okay.
don't
Watch
push
your blood pressure. Watch
too
your
hard.
you know,
Yes.
watch all those
Yeah.
things, and then
We
make
are
that.
doing that. I'm doing that. But I
Just
thought,
be-
well, I can't do I can't do the sardines now, but I can do this maybe.
Right.
I personally usually think it's easier to do a clean fast than it is the sardine fast, because I mean, they're never going to be my favorite food, but
I almost pushed through tonight. I almost pushed through. I mean, I was close.
I want to. I'm about ready to just push through, and if I have to
Well-
white knuckle it through the first one just to get through it, I'm ready to.
I like the idea that the chronometer, you can set it for fasting and it will count the hours so you don't have to do it.
Okay, and I keep saying and I keep forgetting to do this. I have a fasting app that I use that puts just my people in a group. I encourage everybody to go over there, and I love it. It is called, hang on, Life.
Life, Life, life fasting.
Let me show you hang on, I can't reach it with my bum arm. It is this one right here. And I will put the link over in the group, so it'll put you in my group.
It is a purple and blue circle with a heart in the middle. And
Okay.
it's capital Life.
Hang on and let me.
It
Okay.
actually does like
Okay.
this. That's the screen that it opens up to, and you can set it for a 24-hour. You can set it for a 48-hour. And there's a lot of, our group is in there, the Journey to Keto group that you can join, and you can watch everybody fast and know when they are fasting, know how long they have until they fast.
All right, just put the link in the chat. And I'll have Lance put it over there. And then my group is called Journey to Keto right over there. And
My thing is, I can't even see my chat tonight, so.
That's okay. When you get, I'll send it to you, Sue. I'll put it over in the big group also. I'll put it in the big group.
Okay.
The public group.
I will try that. And like I said, but I don't understand why I'm getting another sore throat. We'll see. I don't suppose the fasting has any, I haven't done it, but maybe my body's working something there. I don't know. But I've never had a cold and a sore throat 6 weeks apart. I don't believe.
The best thing you could do is hit that fasting and plan it out on your calendar for the next 8 weeks in a row. And that is that deep cleaning in that liver that we all need. I mean, even.
Okay, if I can get through one, I probably can do that, but we'll see.
You will. Sue, we're all cheering you on. You got this. You know what?
And we start camping the 16th, so that's going to be a whole nother challenge.
We'll work you through.
We start camping the 16th. We went ahead and booked it, so look out.
We will work through that, Sue, but right now we're all going to cheer you on for your 72-hour to get you through there. You might just inspire me.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
All right. I'm going to see tomorrow
right,
how my. All right. Have a good night, Susan. Do you want to come
I'm probably going to kick out because of this internet issue.
She's out.
She's out. Over and out with Sue. Susan Craig, you want to come and check in? Are you still there? Or Wilma?
I'm here.
Come on in and check in.
Hi, hope everyone had a good Easter. I'm hanging in there. I have done relatively well.
Is your camera off, Susan? Or do you have it off on purpose, or am I missing something? Hang on.
Yes, I do.
Okay, you're good. Go ahead, kick in.
I had some cravings to sweets, which is my nemesis, and only one in my family trying to do this. So I can get good numbers if I stick to plan and just trying to get consistent at that.
Trying to stay consistent when you're the only one doing it is tough. So Susan, welcome to the tribe, and you have a whole big family backing you right now. So That's not easy to do when you're the only one at home doing it. And that's a very common issue. And that is why these groups are so important, because you got to be with some like-minded people once in a while where you are not having to justify what's on your plate, justify every move you're making, justify everything. But the willpower and the determination it takes when everybody around you is not doing this is not easy. And Susan, I'm proud of you. First, you gave into the sweets, but we know how to clean up. So what are you using this week to clean up?
Well, I had a nice steak meal late lunch, and that'll be my only meal. And I did great with that. And then the Easter candy got me. So one
Throw it away. It's over.
Was it the Reese eggs?
No, none of those. Boy, that would have been good. But I am not. The one bite does not. Yeah, it's just an avalanche. So, yeah.
You are goal oriented.
Lance says he's goal oriented because if he takes a bite, it's going down.
I'm gonna eat it all.
I mean,
right.
If I open the bag,
yeah.
the goal is to get to the bottom. So
I agree. Tammy's in a minority with that. I admire you for being able to do one bite.
Oh,
that is not me.
It's insane.
Lance does not know moderation. He is all in. But there are so many people that struggle with that. So again, if that's what it takes, then that would be all the more reason I would say have that kitchen cleaned out. The Easter candy needs to go home somewhere. It needs to be gone. It needs to send it to school with the kids, send it to the relatives, I don't care. That you need to clean it back out and get it out of there, because if you're an all-in person, that's just going to keep teasing you.
I own it. I mean, I own that. I know that I am goal oriented, and that I know it. So it actually helps me navigate where I want to go, because I can't have a bite. I am better off to just jump up and say, no, I don't want it. Get it out of here. I'm just going to go the other way.
If you'd have heard the conversations going on in our heads, and even a little bit out loud at family dinner yesterday when his mom brought out the whole tray of the cups of tapioca.
Found it.
Mom, he opened up the fridge. He's like, my mom made tapioca.
Yeah. I went to get a water bottle out of the garage fridge, and I open up the garage fridge, and there's 8 cups of homemade tapioca pudding. And mom forgot there, and nobody would have known.
And he found it all.
So I brought it in, and I said, all right, I need to get this away from me.
But it was that conversation, because that is a good memory to him. It's attached to a good memory of his mama making that homemade tapioca that he loves. So you're pulling on his heartstrings, you're pulling on that dopamine response in his brain, and he just loves it, and it's good. So what's not to love? So it's one of those things it was one of his favorites. And I am so proud that he talked his way through it, because normally we had the cake, we had the ice cream there was all, and the tapioca and the pie and the French silk pie.
Banana cream pie.
And we didn't touch any of it. And it was one of those moments of, you see you get that little devil's advocate on one shoulder and the little angel trying to say, nope, keeping you strong. But it's a battle going back and forth when you're at that. So for him, I was so proud of him. I really was, because that's not easy to do. And I know if he'd have started, it would have went down like Donkey Kong. It would have just been all over with. But so I love it.
But I tell you what, though, Susan, make sure, if you are that way, don't be afraid of it. Don't be embarrassed about it. I mean, that's who you are. Just let that help you in some way, shape, or form go the way you want to go. So, I mean, don't take it as a tool or a weapon to use against those cravings and stuff.
And you know how to set yourself up for success. And I know it looks like I see part of your picture there. It looks like you have a little one in your home. If you have children in your home that you're having to navigate through, do the best you can do to have their snacks if you're having something different for them. But I would challenge you as a mama. They don't need the sugar and sweets either. So their hippocampus is developing right now. And I don't know how much of Dr. Boz's brains course you're familiar with, but their hippocampuses are developing right now. And the more glucose in their brain, the shorter those hippocampus are going to develop into. That length of that hippocampus is going to be a direct effect on their future relationships, their future work ethics, their future learning abilities, their future coping skills. The development of that hippocampus is going to be a direct effect on your kids' future. I only wish I had a do-over for my children. My kids are grown. I wish I had a do-over to help them, because you can see where that struggle came up of I fed my kids those fruit smoothies every damn day too. So it's like you see those struggles. Even though I tried to eat clean, we tried to, I made homemade bread for to take to Lance's family this week, and it's like smelling that and feeling it and having all those things in the house. Those are all just things that make you struggle. So don't feed them to the kids either if you can help it. If you still have to have things for them, separate the cabinets, separate their stuff from your stuff. So when you go to get a snack or go to open up to feed somebody else or grab something, you're not seeing your favorite things 15 times a day. Put the things there that you don't like, that you can walk away from, but don't stimulate your dopamine response by all your favorite things being right there in your face. Set yourself up for success in your home the best you can. So I just encourage you to do that. And reach out to the tribe.
Thank you both.
Yes, reach out to the tribe on the
Yeah.
page if you need help. That is one of the things that sometimes we just got to help each other over those hurdles. And most of y'all got my phone number. If it's getting that bad, just give me a call and I'll talk you off the edge. So we can do. Any questions? How's YouTube doing over here?
They're doing great. We have somebody in actually from DrBoz's page. Miss BC.
Hey, hello, Ms. BC.
She she saw it over on DrBoz's page, and actually we have a new subscriber to the group. We also have a new follower to the business page. So
this is another
she's
reminder.
actually very glad that she found us. So
Good, and welcome to our crazy little family tribe. Everybody out there, if you guys would please follow our business page. All these little likes and follows and things sound like they're just a pain in the butt, but they really do matter when we're trying to grow this platform and serve everybody as cheaply as we can and keep the cost down as much as we can. All of those likes and follows, we have to hit certain levels to get certain tools to be able to use to help us do this work. So anytime you can follow our Journey to Healing over on Facebook is the business page, and then Journey to Keto is the group. So any of those you can like and follow, share our links, and our journeytoketo.com is where all of the affiliate links are to walk out your journey best you can. So any questions over there?
nope, everybody
doing good.
kind of doing good.
Oh, Miss B, thank you for reading my story. I know it's a long jumbled story over on the website, but it really is. It was just sharing my heart a little bit. That wasn't always intended to be on the website, but it ended up there. But it is truly my heart in this journey and why I'm so passionate to try to help others to save you from going through some of the struggles that I did as a cancer survivor. So why we love y'all. Okay. So anybody other questions tonight? Everybody good? If we're good over there, I think we're good here. All right, everybody, have a great night. We will see you next week. Keep
Have
your
a
numbers.
great week.
Yes, great week. Keep us posted how you're doing on your fasts and cleaning up everything over in the group. So we'll talk to you over there. Talk to you guys
Bye,
later.
guys.
Have a good night.